Hola mi gente and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be taking you along with me as I do a deep clean to my refrigerator. Here you just see me taking out the shelf bins and getting ready to start this cleaning. So first things first, you see me taking these shelf bins out of the fridge, emptying them out, taking the shelf bins over to the sink to get washed. And it's kind of a repetitive process here, just taking out all the shelf bins from the refrigerator doors, clearing everything out, putting it on the table, and getting ready to wash the shelf bins so that we can get whatever gunk and sticky stuff is in those shelf bins out, making them look nice, pristine, and brand new. I'm going to start cleaning the inside of the fridge by using my all-purpose cleaner and a wet wash rag. If you are interested in my all-purpose cleaner recipe, it is linked in the description box below. So here I am spraying the inside of the refrigerator door and giving it a good wipe down before we put back any of the bins back in place. This is a dish towel from IKEA, and I have about 20 of these, and I like to use this to give the inside of the refrigerator a nice clean finish. I honestly believe it's key to come back and get up whatever wet or dampness is left on the inside of the refrigerator. It just gives it a nice clean shine at the end, and you can really take a look-see and make sure that you've gotten all the crud and gunk in the grooves out. If not, you can always go back with the wet rag and redo the process. But honestly, doing this is really a tip that I would give to anyone who's cleaning an inside of the refrigerator, is to go in and dry everything down with these kind of towels. They just happen to be my favorite. And if you're interested in these IKEA towels, I have linked them in the description box below. But here you go, you can take a look and see how clean and shiny everything is. This is glory, guys, glory. Now we are getting back to the shelf bins. And this is going to be, again, a repetitive process, just a simple wash, rinse, and repeat. And this I would do for all these shelf bins in the refrigerator. And yes, guys, yes, here's that lovely handy dandy dish towel again. Same process here. I'm taking the dish towel and wiping all the shelf bins down to dry them off. We don't want any excess water on the edges, on the inside or bottom of these shelf bins when we put them back. So this is the process of drying everything down. And same thing, it gives them just a nice clean finish. You'll see it nice and shiny and clean. You guys know you get satisfaction out of that too. The process can be tedious, but the finished product is what we strive for. After drying the shelf bins, I bring it back to the table and I give all the condiments and everything that we have that gets stored in these shelf bins a good wipe down, especially on the bottoms, because things tend to drip, get sticky, spill over, and it just gets on the bottom of everything. So I give everything a good wipe down, and it also gives me an opportunity to put things in order, look at dates, really go through these condiments and things prior to putting them back. just to make sure that everything still has good shelf life and nothing has gone past expiration date, and also being able to make sure that we're using everything that I have in here, so it's not just taking up space. We don't normally toss anything out. If I tend to get rid of anything, kind of leave it out and find a purpose for it at the moment. If not, I'll hang on to it for a couple days, maybe go on Pinterest and figure out what we can do as far as using up whatever we have in the fridge. I'm really big on not tossing things out or just discarding things, especially if they're still good. So that's what you see me doing here, just kind of putting things in order, making sure that everything kind of fits, almost like playing Tetris. That's how I look at it, and I kind of like things in uniform and in order. I guess you can say it's my OCD. OCD or not, it works out well. And you know, with small kids, it doesn't always work that way, which is why I'm consistently cleaning out the refrigerator and reorganizing everything. I tend to do this at least once a week, especially on grocery days. It gives me the opportunity to kind of go through everything and figure out what I need to buy, so we're not overbuying on condiments and things of that sort. So it is now time to put the shelf bins back in place. Everything has been cleaned, wiped down, dried down. We're just putting everything back. And again, repetitive process. I will be doing the same thing to the other side of the refrigerator once I am done putting these shelf bins back in. In here, I have already washed and rinsed and dried these two small shelf bins. I am just now going through the same process as the other side, where I wipe down the bottoms of anything that's going back into these bins before I put the bins back in the fridge. And we are finally moving into the inside of the fridge. We're almost to the finish line, guys. And here I am again with the all-purpose cleaner, getting ready to clean inside of the fridge. I normally would take these glass slats out, but the refrigerator wasn't this dirty this time. Like I explained, I usually do this one time per week, so I saved myself the trouble. It wasn't that bad. What I've learned is that if you chop up all your fresh veggies and store them in glass jars, as you will see me do in just a little bit here, I'm just chopping up all these carrots that I had in plastic bags that I had in the fridge. They don't last as long in the plastic bags as they would once you chop them up and cut them or dice them, however you like. I put them in slices, as you see me doing here right now, and put them in glass jars and top them with water. They last way longer, and it gives the kids a quick grab and go snack. They tend to reach for these things once they've already been prepped, cut, washed, and all that good stuff. so they don't have to do any of the hard work. Like I said, just a quick snack that they can go into the fridge and grab. And again, the lifespan on your fresh veggies when you chop them up and put them in glass jars is way longer than leaving them in their wrappers or plastic bags that they come in when you pick them up from the grocery store. And here we are with some more fresh veggies that are coming in plastic or wrap. I hate it. But here's another cool find on Amazon, which is also linked in the description box below. These are produce bags. And usually when I go to do some grocery shopping, I tend to take these produce bags with me. So when I go down the produce section, I can use my own produce bags and use less plastic, or buy fresh vegetables that are not in plastic versus when they are in plastic. Here was one of those times where I ended up, I think, going to Aldi and they had everything in plastic wrap or saran wrap. As you can see, the broccoli is in saran wrap. So I'm just taking everything out of these wraps and putting them in my produce bags, which in turn also gives them longer shelf life because the produce bags is of a breathable material. And again, just lets your vegetables and fruits and things of that sort last longer when you put them in the fridge. And here we are, guys. Here's just a quick walkthrough of the finished product after cleaning out the inside of the fridge and organizing everything in these shelf bins. Everything is nice and clean and in order. as you just seen, I went in with my all-purpose cleaner and the wet rag to clean the right side of the fridge, and then went over it with the dish towel to dry it all down. And you can already see the difference between the right side and the left side. And here we are giving it the finishing touch to our entire refrigerator cleansing video. Here is fraction coconut oil and a microfiber cloth. This is what I use to give my stainless steel a shine to make it look nice and brand new. If you do not have fraction coconut oil on hand, do not fear. You can use any type of oil really. Baby oil or olive oil, I would suggest. If you don't have fraction coconut oil, just that fraction coconut oil happens to be my oil of choice when using it to shine my stainless steel appliances. Also, you want to go with the grain and not against the grain. You will see that if you go up and close to your stainless steel appliances. If your grain is horizontal, then you would obviously rub horizontally like I'm doing here. And if your grain is running vertically, then you would switch it up and rub vertically on your stainless steel just to get the oil deep into the grooves of the appliances to give it a nice perfect finish. Here you could see the left side versus the right side and the difference in the polishing of both. The left side is the finished side. It's been all cleaned and polished with the fraction coconut oil. And now we have to move on to the right side and the freezer, which is at the bottom of the fridge. But look at how beautiful that shine is, guys, on the left side. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to get the entire fridge polished. And here we are with a completely cleaned and polished refrigerator looking brand new. Guys, thank you for sticking around with me to the end of this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. It really just helps my channel grow. I'll see you again soon, guys. Love you. Bye.